Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Sean with Jansen Health and Wellness here. I wanted to put this video out because I know a lot of gyms are closing down in LA County, and I'm sure they are all around as well. But a lot of people still want to get their workouts in. There's a lot of things you can do with like body weight movements that you can still get some resistance training at home. But if you don't have access to like a spin bike or a treadmill, I know for a lot of people it's a little bit harder to get your cardio in. Maybe you're not comfortable going out and running around. So I wanted to give you maybe one option, something that you don't need a ton of equipment and not necessarily a lot of space for. I wanted to give you a few tips on how to do some jump roping. So let's just jump into it. If you're new to jump roping, try to put on some music so you can get to a beat. A lot of times when people do the jump rope, they kind of like get into different like patterns, and it might not be quite as rhythmic. So if you can get a beat going either in your head or with some music, it's definitely going to make it a little bit easier just to kind of keep that rhythm going. Second thing is you want to keep it in your wrist. So as you saw, I was using a lot of my arms, and you're going to get exhausted really fast doing it that way. So instead of having this big arm swing like this, you want to keep that movement just as small as you can in your wrist. So you'll notice from like shoulder to elbow, I've got almost no movement, and then from my elbow to the wrist, there's almost nothing, and it's all just this movement. And then the third thing you might have saw is I'm not just jumping straight up and down. So a lot of times when people do the jump rope is it's just up and down, or maybe you have that little second bounce in here like this, and you're just moving up and down, and your legs, your calves are gonna get tired super quick if you do it that way. So instead of just jumping up and down, the third tip is gonna be to shift your weight from side to side. So you can either shift foot to foot, you can double up on one side. If you start getting a good beat, I'm keeping it nice and low in your wrist, and I'm just shifting my weight side to side. I'm not keeping it straight up and down. I'm moving. This is a really dynamic movement, and so you want to move with it. So you can start kicking side to side. If you're into martial arts, you can take a little bit more like a boxing stance and shift it back and forth. Take it side to side. You can do some butt kickers. And if you do that, you just start over again. I would definitely recommend if you're using a thicker rope, or if you're doing it outside on the concrete, I would keep shoes on. If you're on more of a mat, you have a lighter rope, you could go barefoot. You just don't want to mess up your toes too bad. And it's going to stop me from tiring out too quick, so I could go a long time with that jump rope. Now if you want to use it as your warm-up, go for like a minute, 2 minutes if you're a little bit more comfortable with it. You can also mix in things like jumping jacks, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, things like that. If you're going to use this as your workout, I would definitely suggest going a little bit lighter paced, maybe not going quite as quick, just so you can go for a longer period of time. If you wanted to jump rope for 10-20 minutes, you definitely could. Your calves might be a little sore the next day, but as you can hear, I'm getting my cardio up just a little bit. My heartbeat's definitely going a little bit faster, and it's just a really good way that, like I said, you don't need a lot of equipment. You can find these online for pretty cheap. You don't necessarily need a lot of space, and it's just something that can kind of get you breathing a little bit harder, help you get your cardio in when the gyms aren't open. So if you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out. I'm going to be trying to post a few more of these, especially focusing on cardio, just because, like I said, there's a lot of stuff you can do with body weight, but maybe not as much information out there about things you can do for your cardio, which is just as important, and kind of helps you fight that stress a little bit as well. So feel free, reach out, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.